Everyone, welcome to the show. So the Republican Party just seems to attract felons. Seriously, it's like flies to cow dung. They have yet another two-time felon running for office, and he appears to have voted illegally more than a dozen times. So here's the deal. Multiple news outlets are reporting that Arizona candidate Neil DeSanti has voted 16 times since he pleaded guilty to two different felonies in two different cases. In 2010, DeSanti took a plea for a felony of felony endangerment that was related to a drunk driving incident. Then, several months after that, DeSanti pleaded guilty again in another case for felony possession of burglary tools. In that case, it was involving his cousin. And apparently, they were stealing a metal ramp from a company's yard. So DeSanti was a twice convicted felon in 2010. 2 years later, though, in 2012, he went and registered to vote. And then since then, he's cast a ballot in 16 different local and state elections. And the Arizona Mirror news outlet says if someone has one felony on their record, typically their voting rights are restored. They are automatically restored when they complete their sentence and they've paid their restitution. When someone has two felonies or more on their record, they have to petition the court to have their voting rights restored. There is no record of DeSanti ever doing that. He did, however, petition the court to ask that his probation be ended early, but he made no mention about his voting rights. And DeSanti has changed his story a little bit over time. First, he said he thought his voting rights were automatically restored after 7 years. So 7 years after his conviction, he thought, oh, poof, it's just automatically restored, like it's common law marriage or something. Then he said he was, quote, under the impression that his plea agreement contained language stating that his voting rights were restored when he completed his sentence. But remember, DeSanti registered to vote 2 years after his conviction. So the whole 7-year explanation doesn't hold water. That's obviously a bunch of BS. And DeSanti was still on probation when he registered to vote. So his second excuse doesn't make sense either. So the Arizona Mirror says DeSanti registered to vote about 5 weeks before the end of his probation. So he knew he wasn't off probation. He knew he wasn't done. And when you sign the voter registration document, you have to attest to the fact that you are not a convicted felon or that your rights have been restored. So you sign that under penalty of perjury, I believe. So DeSanti could now face felony charges, new felony charges for false voter registration and also for each of the 16 ballots that he's cast. So he's also ineligible to run for office because you have to be a legal registered voter in order to be eligible to be voted for and elected. And you guys are going to be shocked to hear DeSanti is another MAGA man and an election denier. On December 31st of 2020, he posted on Twitter, quote, "We the people stormed the Arizona state capitol to show the evidence collected from the voter registration list and elsewhere that dead people, non-residential votes, and illegal immigrants' votes were counted and shouldn't. Hashtag Arizona first, hashtag audit the vote." Oh, they did. And hashtag DeSanti for Arizona. And then he continued pushing election conspiracy theories all the way through the 2022 midterm. So you know he's a Kerry fake fan, right? My question for the Republican Party is, why are all the criminals so attracted to your party? Right? Seems like they just all want to be a part of your party. That's called a clue. Anyway, I will let you all know when or if I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.